62% in the past year of US businesses have filed a cyber insurance claim. I want everyone to hear what we just said here. 27% are submitting multiple claims, not one, multiple claims.
This episode is made possible by OIT VoIP. Find your best-in-class revenue generation for MSPs all over the world. Learn more via the link in the show notes.
Good morning and welcome to the September 19th episode of MSP Dispatch, your source for news, community events, and commentary in the MSP channel. I'm Orsini and joined as always my co-host, Mr. Tony Francisco. How you doing, brother?
I am really, really good. We were talking about Super Bowl prior to this and who's going to the Super Bowl in New Orleans. It's New Orleans. That's going to be crazy.
Yeah, New Orleans is going to be awesome. I think we should get into the little thing we call some stories. What do you say again?
Let's get into the news. Jumping to my first story, Fortinet confirms customer data breach via third party. A story from Jai Vijayan. Fortinet has confirmed that a data breach involving a small number of customers occurred through the unauthorized access to its cloud-based file sharing system. The hacker, using the alias Fortinet, leaked 440 gigs of customer data after allegedly accessing the information from a SharePoint site and demanding ransom. In response, Fortinet stated that the breach affected less than 3% customers, emphasizing that no malicious activity was found beyond the data exposure. Additionally, the company is addressing the situation by supporting affected customers. However, Fortinet has ruled out the use of ransomware or any compromise of its corporate network in this breach. Fortinet.
Doesn't that sound like a vampire hacker?
So the information was pulled from a SharePoint site, and it affected less than 3% of its customers.
And we should annotate that they know.
Now you're suggesting that things happen that people don't know about. Come on. But 775,000 customers still use Fortinet. Why? How many articles have we said so far about the Fortinet breach after breach after breach after breach after exposure?
Are you saying they're LastPassy?
That is the best term ever, and you came up with that. It was like 2 years ago. Yeah. Don't be LastPassy. Just if it happens, say it happened, and make the corrective actions. Don't pretend like it didn't happen.
Real quick before we move past that, there is a story we're reviewing. LastPass is separating from Go2. So we haven't reported on it yet because we don't have the full details, but that's something we're looking forward to because I think they're going to un-LastPassy LastPass.
I think what we're talking about though is the fact that the business, which was once good, devolved after acquisition. They didn't keep up on, they didn't adhere to the policies or the processes and the mechanisms supporting those processes. And that is something that we all fall into at some point in time in any process that we're doing, any organization that we're a part of. And it's constant. It's very important to kind of upkeep that as much as possible. That being said, things happen, and cyber insurance is kind of a big cover of that. I do believe your next story is talking about that.
Absolutely right. I bet those people are very happy they had cyber insurance. In my story, we have a security update. 62% of businesses filed a cyber insurance claim last year. In a story written by Jim Masters for Channel E2E. In the past year, 62% of U.S. businesses filed cyber insurance claims, with 27% submitting multiple claims. The rise in claims reflects both an increase in cyber attacks and improved reporting practices. Delinea's report highlights that 47% of claims were due to identity-related breaches, like compromised accounts, while 27% were linked to supply chain vulnerabilities, driving insurers to demand stricter security controls in high-risk sectors. Additionally, 41% of insurers now require proof of security measures before issuing policies. AI adoption is also growing, with half of U.S. companies using AI-driven solutions to reduce premiums. Industries like healthcare, financial services are particularly affected and reliant on cyber insurance due to regulatory requirements. To add, 62% is insane. That is
1.21 gigawatts. That's all I like when you put that story of me, I could not believe. I said, there's clearly a typo in this.
And we're starting to see a lot of these cyber insurance companies are now selling or requiring their own EDR, their own SIM, their own SOC, their own security stack. They had restricted use of Autotask. I get they have to balance this, but are they doing too much, Tony?
62% in the past year of US businesses have filed a cyber insurance claim. I want everyone to hear what we just said here. 27% are submitting multiple claims, not one, multiple claims. Is there ever going to be such a thing as too much? More things have to be done. More mechanisms. The MFA, 5FA has to be implemented on everything.
Passkeys, right? I love passkeys. But are we doing the right thing? MSPs, right? We hear the story all the time from MSSPs. MSPs can't be their own MSSP because conflict of interest.
But if you have the right structure internally, you have it inside that says, no, you guys aren't doing the right thing.
Now, the insurance company, if the EDR lets something happen, I would expect to not have to pay a premium because now it's your tools that didn't protect you.
The MSSP inside an MSP is it's an echo chamber. It could be very quickly. The exact same thing happens with an insurance organization running an EDR, okay, where they're saying, hey, everything's okay, and then something's not okay.
You know who's affected by this? The MSPs on our Discord. Go join the MMN Discord. Go hit us up. Hit us up in the comments. I love that we get comments like weeks later because I always look at this as like news topical, blah, blah. But there's people weeks later, months later sometimes that are first finding out about the story thanks to our podcast feed, our YouTube feeds. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves and each other.
Stay educated and be safe.
If you like this content, please click like and subscribe.